everyone, and welcome to FCA Friday. First of all, can you tell me in the comments what you think of this frosty neutral lip color? This is definitely out of my comfort zone. I normally go for, well, bam, mattes, like purples and reds and hot pinks. So this is definitely not something I'm known to rock. So, you know, you don't learn anything if you don't step outside of your comfort zone. But back to the video at hand. Today's FCA Friday there was just an occurrence in my brain that there are certain, is this just me? Am I just, because most of the time there are certain names that when somebody calls you them, you put a shield up, you're ready, you got to get your armor out because you're about to be verbally attacked. You got to get your mental spears ready and javelins and stuff because it's coming. And those names are things like sweetie, dearie, sweet cheeks, sweetheart, honey bunches, sweet bunches, sugar tits, and just names like that. No one has ever called me those names except when you're talking to children. You talk to children like that. But when it's adults, you know, it's all anger. Somebody just whips around at you. Listen here, sweetheart. Or that face. That's a prep face. Sweetie, dearie, honey. And then something terrible comes out of their face. Sometimes it's really simple. It's just like, sweetie, you need to shut your face before I punch it. Or it could be like just a full-out rant attack about your being existing at the same time as this other person's. But it always starts out with these, they seem like nice names, sweetie, dearie. But when somebody says them, it's the prelude to an attack. Every time. I don't know why that occurs. Isn't that really interesting that we're calling somebody a seemingly friendly name, and we do that with all other names too. Like if we go, oh brother, we're exasperated and annoyed. Brothers are good people. It's somehow like, you know, it's a friendship bonding thing, especially with guys, you know, and it's very close. But if you say, listen here, sister, and that's how it always is, isn't it? It's always, listen here, sister. Is that just because sisters are known to quarrel more than brothers? I don't understand how this came about. But your brother just drives you crazy. It's just like, oh, brother. Oh, man. But it's like, you're on a thin line, sweetheart. And is that just me? Or does that occur with everybody? Why do we do this? Why can't we never just call the person by their name? Why can't we say their name? Is it like you're so disgusted with this person, you can't even address them personally? Is it some sort of thing that's a preventative measure for future repercussions? You know, like if somebody goes, because if you're just like, hey, you know, and then you when you're younger, if you say anything like that, you just get in trouble for cussing or just for saying the mean thing. But if you just tell somebody, I called them sweetie, just, hey sweetie, what's up? And then that sounds nicer, because I know girls used to do that to me in school all the time. They were totally being jerks and a-holes to me, but it was just, hi dearie, how are you? You look nice today, and stuff like that. But you couldn't tell the counselors, you couldn't tell authorities those things, because as soon as you did, they called me dearie, they asked how I was, and then they said I look nice today. So is that what it is? Is that how that developed? It was just a bunch of snotty kids who learned this developed mechanism and we just used it into adulthood? But unless you're talking, and even sometimes when you're talking to children, it's like, sweetie, you need to play a little more quietly because mommy has a headache. But when it was like, oh, look at the little sweetie pie. Something like that. I just don't understand the attack transition. That was just something that occurred to my brain. Like I said, I made a post about it on my Facebook page. I was just like, I told everyone, have you ever noticed that when somebody calls you sweetie or dearie or whatnot, that something terrible is going to follow? Nobody ever says that with kindness in their minds. Tell me any other names that you know of that people prep to attack you with. And I mean like names, not phrases. We all know no offense comes right before a major insult slap to the face. But let me know. And if you know the origins of this starting with a seemingly nice name to just attack somebody, let me know that stuff too. Give me a link if you have one. And I will talk to you next week. I know this one was a little bit more short and random, but that's what was in my brain this week. So I will talk to you all later, and I am going to be vlogging 8 days out of the month, this month of September. At least that's the plan right now. There is a possibility that it could just be weekends or something like that, but I'm trying to think I'm going to stick with 8 vlogs a month because I think that's 8's my favorite number, so we're going to go with that. I will see you for the next FCA Friday and for Makeup Monday. Bye-bye. Join me on my adventures, humans.